Hello, everyone. Welcome to part two of Business Success for 2026. If this is your first time on my channel tonight, this is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations, and I am going to continue with our live for all the things that you've been working on over the holidays. I want to give you an insight on what your counter boot camp workers are working on so we can just feel good and vibrant about the things that everybody is doing. So if this is a second live, so this is part two, and part two is where we are showcasing the members who are doing the work, who's getting the goals and things set and getting ready for 2026. So I want to invite all the newcomers to see what we're doing. And if you like the channel, please like, subscribe, and share. And better more, if you can become a member, it will be well worth the wait in gold. And I'm telling you. So I know people are coming on. I'm going to go ahead and get started because this is a Friday night, and Friday nights are typically busy nights for your family and getting things done. And that way you can come back later and look at it if you're doing something. But I wanted to make sure that I got other uh, members who have put the work in and did a lot of work that you can see their things. And the last two videos you can enjoy. You also, go back and take some notes. Remember this year I told you to take some notes. So look, this is another tablet full of goodies. So if you're actually home and you can watch it, or you're in the car, you're somewhere, you can watch it on your phone, this is great. And then go back and look at it again. I encourage you all to look at it twice. Before I get to the pictures of the work that so many people have done that are members of this channel, that are willing to share you their craft, I want to start off by giving you tips for 2026 to succeed. Whether you're a subscriber or you're just on the channel for the first time, I'm an international fashion designer. I've been in business over 40 years. I have several stores in two states, Florida and Georgia. I'm currently in one of my workstations in Orlando, Florida. And I am a great coach. If you're looking how to improve yourself, you want to be motivated, you want to make money, you want to get guidance on how to use your money once you make the money, how to save the money, how to buy different things, then this is the channel for you. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. You can chit chat with the members and they'll tell you nobody's giving you what I give you. And I'm not a bragger. I'm just a person that has survived a lot of storms, and I'm willing to share my gift with the world because nobody is even thinking about your God-given gift. Okay. So the first thing on 2026, I'm gonna give you some tips tonight about success. Then I'm gonna give you the goodies. All right. But I want to give you some notes first because it's something to see what someone has done, but it's also you need to know how to get there. Like you see a trip to Paris, but how do you get there? How do you save for it? How do you have a good time when you're there? How do you have backup money when you're there? So the first thing of 2026, what I want you to do is I'm telling you things that I do, and it works. The first thing of 2026 to be successful in business is to give yourself 20 minutes a day. No, it sounds simple, but it's very hard to do. Give yourself 20 minutes a day to work on your health. Whether it's giving yourself if you're a female, giving yourself a self breast exam. Look at your body. See what's going on with your body. Um, Breathe. Control your breathing. And the reason I say that is because a lot of things that you're working with have dust in it, and you may not be comfortable wearing a mask. Okay, and if you wear glasses like I do and you wear a mask, your glasses will fog up. But 20 minutes a day, at least 5 days a week, work on your health. Walk around your yard, walk up the street in your neighborhood. If you are someone that is looking at the channel and you cannot get outside, say you may have to use a walker or something, then do some arm lifts. Do some lightweight exercise. Get two canned goods and push up, push out. Take your feet, lift your feet up in the chair. So, other words, what I'm saying is there's no excuse not to give yourself 20 minutes a day. Check your breathing, look at your weight, see how you're doing. Some things your weight can be controlled, but what I'm seeing now is a lot of people are running to shots, pills, taking their stomach, putting it in their behind, their butt. Everybody's on a kick. Well, I wouldn't say everybody. A lot of people are on the kick of trying to make themselves look like AI. And we as creators, we are natural people. We're people that are artists. And and like I tell people, if you eat meat and you buy a piece of chicken, you want meat on the bone, right? I know that's funny, but it's true. You don't want the skinny piece of chicken because you feel like, I don't know what's wrong with that chicken. But what I'm saying is make sure that you give yourself 20 minutes a day, just breathing, walking, and some form of exercise. That's the first thing to being successful in business. Okay. And then when you do that, drink more water. Make sure you're putting some clear liquid in your body. I'm a coffee drinker, I'm a tea drinker, but you got to get at least those 4 glasses of water. That's the mental help, the mental drink, the mental thought process, the mental cleansing. Even when you get in your car before you take the wheel, whatever religion you have, give that few seconds. Say, take the wheel, help me out today. I know I got to be ready for what you got for me today. And then see how you have patience for that car trying to go in front of you. Have patience when you know your road's going to a different route. So just try those tips and you'll be surprised how good things will be for you because you got to be ready. Okay. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to make a relationship with your bank. Okay. What does that mean? Make a relationship with your bank, which means get out of the drive through and go in the bank and make your deposit. I don't care if it's $20. If you made $20 in your business with this boot camp, go inside and deposit your money with a teller. Go in the bank, make a deposit. First of all, I would encourage you to get a separate account so when you're building your business, you can see just how much money you made. It doesn't get commingled. It doesn't go into the other funds, and before you know it, you've used the funds and you made money, but where did it go? Okay. For example, what I did today, I went to the bank today. I ran out of checks. I went to the bank today and I had to order some checks. And then I had to have them to print me some checks because I was out of checks. And so she said, "Who are you?" And I told her who I am. "Well, what do you do?" I told her what I do and where my business is. And so she, of course, asked for my credentials. She ordered the checks for me. I made a deposit. Then there's machines outside, machines in the lobby, but I got out of my truck. I'm a trucker, I drive trucks. I went inside and I made a transaction with the lady in the bank. And so she said, "Well, the bank, the checks cost $3 a page, right?" So because I went into the bank, that's my manager checking on me to see if I'm okay. But because I went into the bank and I made the transaction, it's supposed to be $3 a page to get them to print you some checks. Okay, so it's really $1 a check. If you write a check. I like writing checks because I like to have a paper trail. And remember, write these checks to people that's going to be going to the bank and they're not going to be leaving their check hanging around. But long story short, it's supposed to cost me $15 for those checks. She said, "Oh, I'm going to give you a courtesy today and I'm going to make sure you don't have to pay for these checks." Not the checks I ordered, but the checks she had to print for me. Now, that would have cost me $15. It might not seem like a lot of money, but $15 is $15. Okay. So had I went through the drive-through, I wouldn't have got that. I wouldn't have got that blessing. But because I went in the bank, I made a deposit, I made eye contact with the lady. "Oh, how are you doing today? Oh, what was your day like today?" She said, "Oh, you won't believe it. We had a good day. It wasn't that busy today. We was able to get a lot of stuff done." I said, oh, that's nice. And then she just said, well, what do you do? Because I was wanting to know how her day was. Then she lightened up and she calmed down and she treated me like I was someone important. And I'm just looking like a ragmuffin, just doing my thing because I'm working. I got on my little linen dress and I got to get a lot of stuff done. I'm trying to show people linen. And she said, oh, you have a linen? Are you going to be having linen? I said, yes, I'm having it in 4 colors. She said, oh, I just love linen. So you know what I'll do? I'll make a couple of linen outfits and I'll go up there this week and I'll just walk around and say, you know what? Here's my card. When you get a chance, come see me. I've made a lot of money with tellers in the bank just by going in and being nice. So that's the second thing. Number one was to make sure you take care of yourself. 20 minutes a day. How many minutes? 20. Write it down. If you're watching me, put 20. Because it's a give and take, right? I motivate you, you motivate me. So we're going to be making sure we take care of ourselves. We're going to make sure we do good banking. We're going to make relationships. Because if you come up with a problem and you have an overdraft or you have something that went wrong with your account, if you got favor with the bank and you are not just a number, they know who you are, you're gonna be all right. Let me tell you what else happened this week. I went to the bank. I have a couple of bank accounts. I have about 4 bank accounts because I have different bank accounts for different things. I went to the bank and the bank was closed. I'm talking about closed. Click, click, lock. It was 5 o'clock. So I went into the bank. I walked to the door, and guess who came up? The manager came to the door. She unlocked the door. I said, "Oh, are you closed?" And she said, "Now you know I know the dang on bank is closed. Are you closed?" She said, yes, we're closed, but you can come on in. Only you. I was like, wow. So she let me in the bank. I had to withdraw some money. She gave me my money. See you later. Thank you. She said, well, if you get a chance. No, she didn't say it this time, but normally they'll say, can you leave us a good review? And normally I do. They'll come back and they'll see that I made a transaction. I leave a review. Same thing for the post office. Although I have pickup at the store, when I go to the post office, if the post office is closed, even the post office is 5 minutes closed, because I do so much shipping, you know what they do? They open the side door, bring your stuff in. They let me in the back of the post office because I'm nice. Sometimes I take them popsicles. I have popsicles in our little freezer here. Sometimes I got an ice bucket. I bring some popsicles and I take them to the post office. I know they're tired and hot and everybody mad, you know. So I do that. So what I'm showing is acts of kindness with your people that are key in your life. Everybody should be acts of kindness, but make an intention of being going into the bank, looking at someone and making sure that they are that they're being notified that you're there. Okay. Now, here we go with the skill set. The skill set is building up your inventory. I want you to build your inventory up. So if you're doing business and you got sales, you can't continue to make sales if you don't build your inventory. So in your slow time, build your inventory. That's the third key of being successful. And then make mock-ups. Mock-ups is examples. They don't have to be completely finished. Make mock-ups of your items so people can see it in the raw stage and the finished stage. All right. Ask for the sale. It sounds simple, but ask for the sale. Give a good price that you can live with and ask for the sale. So once you build your product and you got product to sell, then ask for the sale. You can ask for the sale when you get the product or the mock-up, and you can ask for the sale once the items are complete. But in other words, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Now tonight, because it's a special night, this is a bonus night. I will not do the roll call tonight because most of the people that are watching are already members. And most of the pictures all of the pictures I'm showing you are members. So when I call off your name, you will know that's me. I want to show you some things that people are doing that is just so fabulous. I got this one that I want to start off with because is from Hawaii, and many of you have heard me talk about her. She had some hard times. Car went out, lost a job, lost a place to stay. But she told me, Miss Evelyn, I got product. She had inventory, and so then she told me. Then we all what I did was I used all your membership money and we sent her product. Okay, so she sent me pictures. She said I got product. So she sent me a picture of her actually working her booth. She had a place that she could go sell to. All right. Now, when I show you this picture, I want you to use your imagination. Her name is Anna, and she's from Hawaii. Okay. This is when he'll make a way out of no way. And this reminds me of me when I was just starting. This is Anna in Hawaii. I want you to look real close to this picture. Okay. This is, she has, if you look real close, she has kids' clothes, baby clothes, and jewelry, and look like it could be a wine glass and different sculpture pieces. And look at the table. It's a small basket. Excuse me, it's a small basket in a parking lot, and she's showing her gift. Okay? So what I want you to know is that I'm going to put this beside me so you can keep seeing this. What I want you to know is that you start where you are. Okay? She's at a festival. She has a small, now I call a small amount of inventory compared to where I am. But when I was where she is, that was a lot of inventory to me. That was a ton of inventory. I mean, she even got a table. I didn't even have a table. She has baby garments, different designs on baby garments. She has a wine glass over here. She has jewelry. She has ornaments, and she has some kind of sculpture right there. So, and I know you watch it in Hawaii. But this is what I want to motivate you for those people who are perfectionists, okay? Because when you're in a controlled environment, you go to school, you go to design school, everything is there. You might have to, go through a lot of fabric and stuff, but what it is that she's taking her gift and she's taking it to the street, and she's not begging for anything. She's going there and she's working it out. So this is where she is. But I can't wait to see where she is in a year from now, because you start where you are, no matter what it is. I don't care if it's something small, you start where you are. So Anna, I want to start the show off with you. Now, next, I want to show you, look at this right here. Isn't that something? This is Mary from Michigan. Mary is taking her small pieces and she's doing great work with Barbie dolls. Is that something? Mary is doing her thing with Barbie dolls. She's also making draperies. She's doing this in her home. So I just wanted you to see that, I mean, this is like a swag at the top, and all you need is a straight stitch. All you need is a straight stitch to make drapes. So I really, really want you to see how she took her African cloth, but this could be any cloth, that she's making her draperies. Now we're gonna go all the way to Las Vegas, y'all. That was Michigan. Now we're gonna go on the other side of the world. We're going to Vegas. I know she's watching tonight. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Okay. She got a few more because she sent me some more tonight, but I wanted to show you this. This is Las Vegas. Now, her name is Pink, and she's in Las Vegas. And Pink was starting to, I think she was using a lot of things that were pink because her name is Pink, okay? So we talked about using other colors, doing other things. So Pink got on board. She started making pillows. She started making napkins, table runners, and it just shows you how she has expanded because she's been on the channel. So, and now the picture does not do the gist of how it looks when she sent it to me, but these are really beautiful pillows and beautiful napkins. And everybody, any time of the day or any time of the year, They want really, really nice pillows. And you want your house to feel love. So Pink, thank you so much for sending these pictures and just growing your mindset and getting it going and starting to see the visions. So, all you got to do is just get started. All you got to do is get started. Get with the right team, get with the right group and get started. Now she got some more in here, but I'm going to show you as they come up cuz Pink she sent some more things. Okay, this is Pearl from North Kakalaki. All right, North Kakalaki, if you don't know, you're in the South. That means North Carolina. Pearl of North Carolina look at this bag. Isn't that something? This is Pearl of North Carolina. This is Pearl of North Carolina. And now this one here, this is Pearl of North Carolina. This is a quilt. Now this one she sent me as a video. And she had it timed just right for 9 seconds. So this is a really nice quilt that she has taken the remnant of the treasures and made a beautiful quilt. And I will see how I can add all this to a thumb drive and just have it to whirl for you. But I wanted you to see these pictures now because I want you to be stimulated and inspired to grow your craft. Okay. Now this is Lurleen from Mississippi. Look at all that work. That's all quilted. Look at all that work. And it's a little teddy bear. That's so crafty. This is Lurleen of Mississippi. Okay. Okay. This picture does not do justice. That's why I got to get it on thumb drive. This one right here, these are some beautiful pillows. And when you see those designer pillows, they have it swooped in the side. So Kathy from Georgia got it right, okay? Kathy, I like my pillows big and fat, but I like the way they look when they go down. And I just thought this was so beautiful. Now, Kathy has a crochet. Look, this does not do justice. Kathy has beautiful big pillows. And she has crochet scarves or blankets underneath the pillow. That is so cool and so nice. Kathy of Georgia. Okay. This here is, I'm telling you, drop dead gorgeous. This is Brenda from Virginia. This is a quilt. See her feet at the bottom? See how big the quilt is? Look real close. Look at this denim quilt. Look at all of that work. Can you imagine? This is the young lady that I told you last night that got a gift to do everything. She is just loaded with gifts. This is a beautiful blanket. I mean, yeah, it's a beautiful quilt. And I believe it's got to be a king size quilt. It's definitely a queen at minimum. But look how beautiful that quilt is. Just so much work. This is another item from Brenda of Virginia. I'm having stuttering tonight, but look how she did this lampshade. Great, great, great. Here's another quilt from Brenda of Virginia. And this is a heart quilt that she made. Just a lot of work. A lot of work. Okay. I'm finna show you something else from Virginia. This is Ayana. Ayana from Virginia. Now she said she asked for the sale. She asked for the sale and she got 5 orders. She asked for the sale. She's selling the reversible bonnets and she's selling the bag. I'm gonna show you the bag. The reversible bonnets, satin bonnets, and she has made the quilted bag here. Now she heard me talk about giving a gift. So what she did was, look at this. Now this is how you should send a picture or put a picture on your site to make sure that you know that it's handmade. Look how she did this. This is a little pouch. This is a little pouch. I'm trying to make sure I show this right. This is a little pouch that she made, and this is her gift. So this is the remnant fabric that she had left. She put a little zipper on the top, and she gave this as a gift to the person that ordered 5 bonnets. Isn't that just the neatest thing? You know, I'll be putting my change in there and I'll be like, oh, I got her with me all the time. But that is so cool to see how she used her creativity as a gift. Now, I would say when you do a gift, make sure that gift don't take more than 10 minutes, okay? Because time is money. So if you're just making some things up, you put the zipper in real quick. Actually, I think that'll probably be good to do like assembly line because some of your seniors, they love change purses. They'll come in and ask, you have a coin purse? You have a coin purse? And when you have a zipper on, it's even better because they don't have to worry about the change falling out if it's a snap. Okay, look at this here. This is Lanelle, and I do not have a city and state or a state from her, but I want you to see this. This is so nice. We're working on a price for this. Now, what she has is she has a nice blouse with a deep V neck, and she has the arm out so you can see the arm. Okay, so when you see the arm, you can see how it spans out and it can drop down. We call them angel tops. But this is a really, really nice top. And she has it on a mannequin where you can see the skirt to go with it. And it's a beautiful kente fabric. And then she has the mud cloth design on the sides and the pocket. So this is a great piece. And it's a piece that they will love to wear all the time. These are like when conductors or artists or people that's showing things, they like to wear something like this. Somebody that's got a little, like they got not a little, but they got a lot of class. You know, they just be like it's a little bit over the edge. So I love this. I really, really love this. Thank you for sending me that photo. Now, this is another piece from Brenda of Virginia. And this particular piece right here, this is like if you make she have it on top of a rug there, but you have, it could be like a wall hanging. This is a quilt, but this is the type of quilt that would be similar to the ones that could be used to tell a story or to tell you which way to go because each pattern would have a meaning. So it looks simple, but it's very complex. A lot of small pieces, and look how she put the border with it. So it's a nice piece. You know, you have a nice piece of something that's hanging on the wall, a piece of art hanging down the wall. I love this. A lot of work, a lot of little small pieces. No piece was invaluable. Every piece that she had on there meant something to her. So she put all those pieces on it and she coordinated, and then she put borders so you can enjoy each section. Look how she put the blue border, then she put the black border. A lot of art, a lot of work. Now this is one that is from this place. This is someone that's on our channel that's overseas or not in the United States, and it's, the name of the place is called Chalets. Okay, and it's a little place. It's a beautiful place that's not far from Madagascar, not far from Africa. And it's, I'm gonna tell you the spelling so you want to look it up. It's Seychelles. And she's been watching us and she's been taking notes and she got onto the challenge, and I'm gonna show you what she did. And she sold this stuff, okay? It's already sold. Already sold. So she's excited and I'm excited. Look at this pillow she made. Look at this pillow that she embroidered. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. My favorite verse of all time. She got that embroidered on a pillow. And then same artist, she made this. She made this piece here where it has her quilt. Look how she did all these designs with the quilt. And look how long it is. Look like it's on the ironing board, but look how long it is. It's just so much detail and so much work. Thank you for the photo. We're going to go down to Mississippi and we're going to stop with Tammy in Mississippi. And Tammy ordered this fabric from me and she made draperies. Look how she made draperies. Now, when she sent me the photo, this is Tammy of Mississippi. In fact, when she made the photo, when she did the photo, I sent her more fabric so she could do something in the center if she wanted to do it in the center. And also with these curtains that she have, she I gave her some more fabric that she can do some tie backs. So if she wanted to get a nice view, she can do the tie backs. But I just love the fact of simple curtains sometimes. It just shows people who are just started. You don't need all of that. You can still take and swag and go to the top. You can pull the curtains back or pull the curtains in, and it's just nice. Look at I just love the fact that you can look outside. You can see the view. So that is Tammy of Mississippi. Okay, we got Learline from Mississippi. Look at this. Look at how she took the treasures and made miniature quilts, or they could be placemats, or they could be wall hangings, or they could be framed. I mean, look at the detail that she did. And again, the picture in these, all of these need to be digital so you can see it better, because the fabrics are crisp, they got color, they pop, and they just look really, really, really nice. Okay, the last one, she just came on, she just jumped on, but what I want, the reason I left this one for last is because I want you to notice the machine that she's using. You can barely see it, but it just shows you don't need a lot to make something. You don't need a big industrial machine to make something. This is a new member, and her name is Kiva from New York. I'm going to show you. This is Kiva. Kiva likes making handbags. Now I'm going to show you the inside of the handbag. This is the inside of the handbag. Look at this picture really good. What's great about this picture is that she has her thumb on it, which showing you that it's handmade. She has a thumb on her handbag. So she's showing you the lining inside the handbag. Now I'm getting ready to show you the outside of the handbag. Look at the outside of the handbag. And if you look real close, you can actually see a Singer sewing machine. Okay. So she is sewing different things to go in the bowls. She's sewing a lot of handbags. I couldn't print them all because I wanted to keep this a short video. But she's showing you the outside, she's showing you the inside, and she's showing the finger. And she said, well, what do you think? I'm like, what I think? I think it's a hit. I think it's a hit. Okay. So what I wanted you to know tonight, these are all I'm gonna show tonight. I'm gonna keep showing them every. I think I got one more. I probably do Monday to do part 3 of what all the pictures you sent me from the boot camp. And oh, I got one more I need to show you. I need to show you one more. Well, the last picture I was gonna show you was a photo. Let me see, can I find it for you? Because you should see this. Actually, it's a photo of a lot of boxes at the front door from Miriam. They got our first shipment to ship all her stuff out. And I printed it, but it's over at the printer. So I don't want to leave you right now. But it's a photo of excitement to see that you're in business and that you got all these boxes, tall as she is, to get all these pillows out. Remember I showed you all the pillows that she had the other day? Well, she got her delivery. She got a line of credit. She got her business started, and she will now be able to mail her boxes. I'm sure she already mailed the boxes off, because the photo, I didn't see it until today, but she sent the photo to me on Tuesday. And she showed me the box, and it had all the boxes all the way up to here. So that to me shows me that we're all getting excited and we're starting on the right track, because right now you've sent me over 75 photos. And these are things that you're doing. So you're doing it and you're making it and you're making money. And I don't know anyone that has told me when they asked for the sale that they only got one sale. If you just look in your phone, your answers are right there in your phone right now for to get you some potential customers. So okay, she asked me about my hat. Let me tell you what I got going on with my hat. What I want you to do, your homework, your homework. What is it? Some of you are doing the bonnets, and you're doing the pillows. And I told you last night that everybody's starting to get they tired of wearing they want to wear a different hat for spring and summer. So what I did tonight is I want to show you a hat that I made. This is a hat. This is a hat, a straw hat. I took some African mud cloth and put around the side. And what I did was I cut the top out of one hat because a lot of people they have natural hair and they have locks and they want the head to breathe. So I'll take the top out of the hat. See this right here? I cut the top out of the hat. And then when I take the top out of the hat, I slice the hat and I put it in between the mud cloth. I take some African beads, some real straw from Africa. I put my label in the hat. And then there you got a different kind of hat. Now, if you were selling this hat to a man or a woman, a unisex hat, all you do is take this off. This is like your little bow. Okay, it's like a little razzle dazzle. But look at all these beads here. So I take this hat, and what I do is I'll sell the hat and I'll sell the scarf. So the hat like this would be, of course, for a female. And if you take this off and you just have the band on it, this is a unisex item. And I want you to work on for the next 6 weeks. I want your homework going to be, no matter what you do, guys or girls, I want you to make a hat because it's a good sale. It's a quick sale. And then if you make a hat, make a unisex hat, make something for men or women, and you'll make your sale. And it doesn't take that long. So you can do your 10x, so you can take a hat. If you see hats that's in great shape, brand new, I always use brand new hats. But if you find hats where you can buy them in bulk, you can sell a hat $75, $85, $95, $100. And you just have to have this hat will fit in a 10 by 10 by 4. You can do 10 by 10 by 4, 10 by 10 by 6. It weighs approximately about 12 to 14 ounces. If you got the stamps.com, which is USPS, you would probably pay $7 to ship it within a distance. If you're from the West Coast and you're shipping to the East Coast and vice versa, if you have a hat that is under a pound, you're probably going to spend anywhere from $10 to $12. If you go in the post office, it's going to probably be about $18. So it's a good idea to get the stamps.com to sell your hats. But I wore this, and I'm Pink, I'm so glad you own it tonight. I wore this. This can fit. Look, I have locks, and I can pull this down my head. If you're buying hats, you want to start with a 58 centimeter, which will fit anywhere from a 23 to 24 inch hat. And that's the same with this hat. This hat here. This hat here is a felt hat. This is a hat that I paint to go with things like this. This is a folk suede that's easy to paint on. And then I have leather at the top. And then I just make this hat to go with this. So I'll sell it as a set or I'll sell it as separate. So even if you get a hat, if you don't know how to paint, just take the paintbrush and go do X's and O's, do zigzags. It's art. No matter what you do, you just get better and better and better. And you paint. When you paint on a felt hat, you have to paint it twice. If you paint on a felt hat, when you repaint it the second time, the key to painting on a felt hat is you have to paint on top of the same way all the way through. Don't just like paint where you see it light. Paint on it all the way through so that it will be like just your second coat. So don't get scarce on the paint when you repaint it. Take the same brush, make the same movement, and paint the whole entire thing. Not just a spot you think that it is light. That's the key to making a really nice wearable painted hat. Okay. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to answer a few questions. 20 minutes a day. Thank you. Yes, do 20 minutes a day. I'm telling you, it's a world of difference. Put yourself first. Put yourself first. Make it a point. And when you do it, remember when I showed you the guy that came in that's a trainer and he said 20 minutes a day? Okay, 20 minutes a day, 15 reps. 20 minutes a day, 15 reps. 15 reps 3 times. That's 20 minutes a day. Okay. Just get your blood flowing. Get your blood flowing. And then what it is, you say, okay, I gave myself 20 minutes a day. You'll give a YouTube 20 minutes a day. You'll give an interrupted phone call, or you give an email, or looking at something for that a celebrity did for 20 minutes a day. Put yourself first. That's the key to success. I'm glad you reminded me of that, Pink. Linda Payne, thank you. All right. Thank you all. Okay, someone said they have to catch the replay. All right, someone just joined. Thank you for joining tonight. I appreciate that. So someone may be texting me. If you texting me, I will. Okay, Miss Linnell told me she is from Dallas, Texas. So thank you, Miss Linnell. I appreciate that. I add that to your photos. So what I want you to do tonight, I want you to start making your plan and making your goal, how much you need to make. If you put down how much you need to make and you go to bed tonight, I want you to I want you to ask God for what you need to make. If you need to make $1,000 next week, if you need to make $500 next week, if you need to make $5,000 next week, first of all, you got to have the inventory to make it, right? So let's be realistic. Or you have to have access to the inventory. And then whatever you asking for, don't think it's too big, because he'll start showing you the things you need to do to get it done. And then when you wake up in the morning, say thank you. I'm gonna tell you what I did today. I had to come to work early. I had to finish the robe that I was making for the doctor yesterday, and I didn't have time to go get a really long separating zipper, but I knew I had a separating zipper on something that I needed to make a shorter zipper in that I could use, right? So, you know how you throwing things up and you're getting everything together? Well, the first thing is I got to get this zipper out of this other jacket. It's a brand new zipper, but I got to get it out of this jacket. And it's sewed in really well. So I'm thinking, oh, I get to work. I got to go find, where did I put my seam ripper? That's what I was thinking, right? So when I came into work, guess what was right at my foot? I have a cleaning person and they clean the station. I'm fortunate to have that. I'm fortunate to be able to bless a person with a part-time job to keep him off of getting going to payday. You know how you have those payday places? You have those. I'm gonna have to turn the phone off. You know how you have those payday places that you get money from? They I didn't want to see him losing his money before payday. So I said, why don't you come in and clean the stores for me? Anyway, he's an excellent cleaner. Somehow he didn't put the seam ripper back where it should have been, which would have been in the back. When I came in this morning, the seam ripper was right there at my foot. And I was thanking God for that, because I said, look at you, Lord. You got me lined up. I can take this seam ripper. I got to get this out of this jacket, this long jacket, and I got to get it into the client, because I don't want to have the client waiting on me, especially if he's a doctor. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, I got to get there early. I got to go get this out. I got to get that done. I gave myself my 20 minutes, but I still came in. I had to get it done, right? So what I'm saying is that God works in strange and crazy and amazing ways. And when you thank him for the smallest thing, because when he came in, I said, oh, here it is. It's all pressed in the bag. And he was like, oh, thank you. So he didn't know that I knew he was a doctor. I knew he was a doctor because he had his name on his jacket, right? But he didn't realize, you know how some people don't look at nothing? So he said, oh, by the way, can I give you my card? I'm a doctor. And I said, oh, thank you. And I said, well, I'll put you on my VIP list to share with people who support me. Because I take their cards and I share with who supports me. But the long story of that being made short is that when you line yourself up and you ask for it, because some people are saying, I don't have the money for the membership, I don't have the money for the coaching. Did you ask God for it? Did you ask God for direction to help you get to your next milestone? And if you ask him for it, he's going to answer you. He'll give you that sale. He'll give you that cup of coffee. He'll give you everything that you need if you ask him in divine order. And the best way to do it is just before you go to sleep, because your brain is still working when you're sleeping. And when you get up and someone has motivated you to get you to this point, can you imagine what'll happen? Remember what I said last night? This is a football game. So if one of us on this team is weak, we all weak. If one of us on this team is good, we're all good. And when the ball is thrown to you and you catch the ball and the clock has ran out, but you got the ball and you in action and you keep running and you go and you dive over the finish line and everybody wins and all the crowd goes up, woo, woo. Well, that's what we are. We are a team. This is a boot camp. This is serious. This is life changing. If you start putting your time and effort and you go past the finish line, you know what I mean? If you meaning that if you go to work, don't be waiting. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna go. If you have a job and you work this on the side, when it's 5 o'clock, don't just get up and leave. Make sure everything is done. Give them the extra 15 to 20 minutes. Make sure everything is done. Make sure everything is clean. Don't let the truck don't, because what happens is if you don't set yourself up to finish or be at a really good spot when you start your business and you start really making money and everybody ordering from you and you go, oh, it's 9 o'clock, I gotta go to sleep. Well, sometimes you gotta work all night. Sometimes you gotta work when you don't feel like it. Sometimes you might get some bad news. Something could have happened and you really, really don't feel like doing it. And you gotta do it because everybody is counting on you. And believe it or not, soon as you get paid from that job, things gonna pop up that's gonna want that money. Take that 30%, put to the side. Just try, just like we said, 20 minutes to work on your body and your mental health. The 30% is to work on your savings, something that you can say, I'm glad I did this. Now I got some money in the bank. And that's why it's important to have that second bank account just for your business, because you can see the money. If you in the real estate term, it's called commingling. Commingling is when you put funds together that comes from other sources. That doesn't mean don't take the money you make and pay a bill. Put the money in that account and then write it out to that bill or trace it to that account. And that way you'll know that this is how much money I made over here. Now, if I made 5,000 over here, just imagine if I put more time and more effort in there. And then we'll just be at a better place. And that'll motivate you to keep going. And it'll motivate you to stay on the channel. To motivate you. If I made this much doing this, then I'm gonna keep on going and I'm gonna make something else and I'm gonna do something else and I'm gonna just get it done. Because what I see the most and I fear the most is that you have the skill set. You're doing great things, making beautiful things. There was nobody that had a problem. Everybody made great things. And you don't need but a straight stitch. But the challenge is asking for the money. Asking for the money. I got a text today for a bill for $60, and the bill is not due until the 30th of the month. So these companies getting excited. I want you to pay me first. Now, because the bill is so small, guess what? I'm going to pay that bill tomorrow. So I don't want no more texts from them. But I made a sale that will cover that. And that's where I want you to be. I want you to make a sale that'll cover that nagging little bill that's going, before you know it, I'm not paying them. They don't need it till the 30th. No, make a sale. Make a bonnet. Make 2 bonnets. Make 3 bonnets. Take that money and make that bill. Put it in an account Or even if you don't have the whole $60 to pay the bill, because I say if you made $60 making a bonnet and I told you to put 30% away, right? Put the $20 away, send them 40. Make a note to send them the other 20. So take the bill. If it's not enough to pay the whole bill off, take part of what you made and pay the bill. And then you'll feel it's working for you. It's working for you. It's working for you. And the trick to making money, the real trick to making money is to keep making new items. Because your new items gonna push the other. Now you gotta show somebody your items. You can't just make items and they sitting in your closet. You gotta show some people some items. So make the items, push it to someone else, push it, show it, send somebody a link, send somebody a picture. And I'm telling you, just if you can, within the next month, get at least a little bit of coaching. So you can get ways to get links to pay. You can at least get ways to know how to market. You'll know how to do your bags. There is a price to get the whole package that you can call me anytime you want. But if you don't get started, you're gonna still be on the bench. You know what I mean? So you got to get off the bench. You got to shoot some free throws. You got to shoot some 3-pointers. You gotta win some games. You know what I mean? You got to be that one in your family when everybody say, "Oh, we ain't got no money," and bam, you done got a $500 order. Bam, you done got a $1,000 order. And then I want you to expect it. When somebody come in, look, when Disney come in my store, and nobody in here know Disney. I know Disney because I used to work for Disney, right? I can see a Disney shopper a mile away. When they come in, they ask certain questions and how they touch things and so forth. When that Disney person come in, they already got a voucher. They already know how much money they can spend, and they're gonna pay for it right there. So if I don't have my store stocked, and that shopper come in the store, or they'll ask me, can you hem tablecloths for our new Disney ship? Sure can. How many you got? 50? Okay, it's gonna be like $35. $35 the tablecloth. Okay. I'll bring them to your back door. You ready? Boom. So you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready in case your machine go down. You got one sale that'll take you to Walmart or wherever you get your sewing machines from, and you buy that sewing machine. So be ready so you can be able to receive your blessing. And when you receive your blessing, don't forget to ask for the sale. When you deliver the sale, make sure you give more. Make sure you give more to the person so you can say, okay, you got those pillows. Do you need something else? And they may say no, but they may say yes. But they knew you asked. So if they say, oh, you know what? I think I do need them red pillows. Or, can you make me a table runner? Or can you make me a baby blanket? Or can you embroider this for me? Okay. That's enough for tonight. It's Friday night, everybody. Thank you so, so much. And we will do part 3 because we do have another stack. We got some more good stuff to show you. So Monday will be another live for some more pictures of the things that you have sent. So if you saw only some of your items on the last 2 channels, stay tuned on Monday for a live event because I want everybody for the new year to look at what others are doing. Even if you're not doing that, let it motivate you that you with a good team. Okay? Because everybody got their own lane. Everybody know what I can do, what I can't do. And if you just get motivated and see other people doing it, and they working while we talking, and they're taking notes while we're talking, then that's the best partnership you can have. Because I wouldn't say nobody, a lot of people not doing this. And when they try to find out, there's nobody teaching it. So if you got little kids in the house, let them see what you're doing. Ask them to sew on a button. Got grandkids in the house, ask them to do something. Because they're going to need the money, right? They're going to need the help. So help them help you so you can help them. So let's kind of make this where it's a generational wealth. Not just I know how to do it because I saw my grandma do it, but I know how to do it. If I need money, I can do it to make money. And before you know it, it'll be a habit. Because I was that little girl watching my grandmother sew, and I was like 5 years old. I had no idea I would be doing this for a living, and definitely not telling all the secrets, all the gems, all the luck, all the money you can make, and just feel like there's no problem you can't accomplish. If you line up with the right people, the right energy, you can do it. All right. Good night, everybody. I'll see you on Monday night. Take care.